What I'm saying is the doctor, with just his toolkit by itself, solid. Especially indoor. Indoor, he's a nightmare. Okay, so step one, cut the map in half. Go to the other end of the map. Find where the farthest generator's at. And that's where you're going to start to work your way out. In the meantime, looking to your left and your right and keeping your eye out on the horizon to see if you can catch any survivors that are running off. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought I was in a indoor. All right. So that's the farthest there. So we got two. Okay, I just caught a leg there. That's why I just looked around. I caught someone running over here already. So we got trailer marks already. And he's hiding, right? Static blast. That's a down. So that's pressure, early pressure, right? I already have pressure on the survivors, right? So now the momentum's in my favor. And he wasted a pallet, exactly. So, especially at these ranks, man, people will make mistakes. So that's a good point, right? Now I'm gonna go get rid of that pallet. That pallet is no longer there and available for them. So I could be a dick. Okay, see? They already got a rescue, but there's so-and-so over here. I'm gonna come and put pressure on her. Hi? You think, see? I'm gonna get her madness level up. I bait that pallet as well, so I make him think I'm gonna get the pallet. She's trying a 360, but she's bad. She can't do it. Now, I don't have any slowdown on the fall, so I don't need a perk as a killer to slow down my ability to jump from a ledge. So you can use that to your advantage as well, right? When you're chasing people. Where do they just... Okay, actually I'm gonna go over to this gen over here. I'm gonna knock that gen because she was working on this one over. And now I have my static blast back up, so when I feel like I'm in an area where I'm around other people, when I feel like a survivor's in the vicinity, I'll pop static blast so I can get I can see if there's anybody hiding. I'm also gonna open up some of these doors here. No slow on fall, exactly. So you'll see a lot of people try to hide on those ledges and stuff. And again, you can use these ledges to gain line of sight, right? So having high ground allows you to have a little bit more visibility on the map. So we got blood trails here. And where'd the blood trails go, right? They didn't lead off anywhere, so check a locker, right? If they're not in the locker, how much time did you actually waste? Right? Static shock, just to see if anybody's hiding around for the rescue. No one's around. Okay. So we're gonna go check this other gen. They're not working on that gen. Alright, so again, guarding the gens is gonna help, especially not having a lot of perks, right? But so far we're doing good. We have quite a few hooks already. And it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Alright, so they're going for rescues, that's fine. I could be a dick and go and tunnel them, but I'm gonna go check these other gens just to make sure. And you don't have to necessarily go and check the gen, you just gotta listen. So yeah, I could have come and put some more pressure there. I'm gonna get this med kit off. So yeah, also take a look at like the items, you know, people are rocking as well. If you notice someone's got a med kit or, you know, toolbox or something, really utilize your blood trails too, because people get really weird with the movement, right? She's on this loop. Okay, so when people hop over pallets, they get stuck in an animation. So that's a good way, especially as like someone like Huntress, right? Vaulting over things like this. When they vault, they're stuck. They're frozen in an animation. So there's no way There's no way for them to escape that hit if you're close enough to land the hit, right? Alright, so this is... Now the momentum's off of me, alright? They're playing well, they're making sure they're getting their gens done, so as survivors, they're doing the right thing. But now, see, I got 2 of these. I'm gonna get my madness level up. I'm gonna throw static. They're all over here. The scream, see the scream there? What the scream just did for him. Alright, they're coming for that save there. It's fine, I'll get another hit. That's more pressure on him. See, and he's trying to do this, he's trying to do all this weird tricky shit where he got hit and he used his speed burst. And again, he's abusing my field of vision, right? So he's speed bursting one way and then turning around and flipping the other way and running through me. Because the speed burst, I think, allows you to clip through the killer, and that'll really trip you out visually, because you'll be like, where the fuck are they? Just spin. Spin. Spin in a circle. Don't panic. Try to keep track. Try to see if you can catch a leg, catch an arm, catch a head, catch a face. And again, right? I come up, I get high ground. I'm going to take a nice look around. I should probably go put some pressure on these gens, because they only need 2 gens left. Let's get rid of this. 90% of my deaths are vaulting. Exactly. So that's why really good survivors understand that, and they'll try to bait you. They're healing over here. Listen to. Obviously listening, hearing grunts, moans, all that different type of stuff. Oh, that's a kill. Alright, he dead. They got this rescue. I'm gonna kind of wait on my static shock. I kind of want to make sure I really hit somebody. They're in this area though. I'm gonna check this gen just because it's the farthest gen. And they are working on it. Oh, no, they're not. Okay. So this gen's okay. Okay. Yeah, we gotta play this carefully. Alright, so now I think I'm just gonna spam my shock. But I know this is the last gen they were on. And there's one over here. Oh, and there's Vault as well. There was Hatch. She's panicked. See, that was a panic throw there. She wasted that pallet. She went over the pallet, right? So I'm gonna try to play that. Keep going the opposite. She's going back that way. I was trying to bait her, see if she was just gonna panic and hop back over the pallet. But now I gotta really be mindful of the progress of these generators, right? Because again, momentum's I don't have momentum on my side. I'm gonna try to scare this guy. That generator's not all the way full yet, so let's play Shack here. Rotate left. I'm hugging the wall. That was a bad hit by me because he's baiting me. Now, what I just did there is I went and I put the red light on the corner of the shed there, and then I went the opposite direction. So that's one trick you can do on the shed. Okay, so when the lunging, if you hold M1, it's a lunge, but that can increase your chance to miss if you swing. I think it also puts you in a heavier recovery state. It takes you longer to recover out of that. Okay, actually I'm gonna go check this other gen here. See, she's going for this rescue. Check your corners, you know what I mean? Really check. Check where people are at, because people are hiding all the time. She's gonna go for that rescue, and I'm gonna shock him. Watch. Oh, they're hurt too. This one's hurt. I'm gonna down her. Now, I'm not gonna pick her up yet, because I only have one other survivor on the map, and they're hurt, and they're running back for the rescue, right? And now look. And that's how you 4K. Did she get back up? Oh, she DC'd. Oh, they're just screaming. Okay, that's what it is. And that's why Doctor, right, is a good pick, especially if you're someone who's trying to learn the game and figure out the game, right, and figure out Killer, because that's no perks, right? That's just with fundamentals of keeping track, trying to keep track of my goals, what I need to be making sure that I'm holding down the fort as a killer. You know, like there was a lot kind of going on there, and I was trying to talk it through it as it was happening, right? But you know, and I mean there was, you know, a 14 and a 13. These aren't like the best survivors you're ever gonna go against, right? But look, they all had purple ranks, they spine chill and fucking dead hards and all this different type of stuff, right? And I ain't got nothing, right? So, you know, part of it is practice, right? Learning the hard way about what can and cannot be done to you as a killer. But there's certain examples of there about, I think one concept is understanding when you're on the bad end of a match and when you're on a roll, right? So I started off that match. I had some good pressure very early on because I got it down really fast. But they were equally putting pressure back on me by getting gens done, right? Their hook rescues were relatively safe. So that means my ability to come back and punish them for, you know, what they call tunneling, which for me is a loose term that's not, there's being a dick and camping hooks, and then there's you just being stupid and pulling people off hooks when the killer's still just is in the area, right? Like, if you're doing your job as a survivor, you're getting objectives done. When those gens start popping and you're a killer and you're trying to do some stupid shit like tunnel people on hooks, and the other survivors are not worried about the rescue as much as they are about getting the gens done, the hook rescue can wait. They get 2. If they're just making sure that they're hitting their space bar or hitting the buttons right, you can hang out on the hook for a while, right? And if you get one hook as a killer early on in the game, and then you're sitting there and you're waiting, you know, for them to come and get the rescue so you can get an easy trap, but meanwhile gens are getting popped in your face, and then you're down to 1 gen, and then they come and fucking pop them off the hook, and they've got borrowed time. You're losing. You're losing very, you know, a lot, because those survivors understand that, like, they just have time, you know. So your priority has to shift and adapt with how the match is going. Nah, Doctor's easy. Mike Myers can be difficult, but again, it's like, it's not, and Trapper, I say Trapper could be difficult too, but it's not that they're, you know, the only killer in this game that I feel like is really, really hard, that I guess I've never really quite figured it out, is Nurse. Nurse has the highest learning curve in the game. Billy is tough, but it's because you have to understand that, like, when he does his chainsaw, it does this little kick thing, but he also has the ability to kind of do an instant down. So, did that help? Just that match? Did that, you know, did I explain anything that made it even, like, the, you know, most remote amount of sense that would seem to be helpful towards someone that, like, is a beginner, you know? Because I know there was a lot, I was saying a lot, but I was trying to give examples of these are things that'll happen in a match, right? and there's not just a straight off strategy, but there are kind of outlines of to keep you kind of in the right mindset of what you should be doing, as opposed to not getting stressed and getting mad about that you're losing the match, as opposed to prioritizing your efforts towards winning by understanding when you're losing, when you don't have momentum, when you do have momentum, when you can fuck around, and then when should your priority be chasing and downing? Should your priority be camping, holding gens, camping gens, right? Should it be, okay, I need to go hunt somebody down? How good are the survivors? Are they playing bold? Are they in your face? Are they trying to get you to, flub? Are you spending a lot of time chasing after somebody that you can't quite get, right? Well, sometimes there's 3 other people on the map, so maybe don't keep chasing them, because you're that survivor. You're that survivor, Mew, that you're good at getting the killer to chase you, and that buys time for your team to get objectives done, right? And as a killer, you have to recognize when you're on that receiving end, and when it's like time to cut out. I'm done with this chase. Fuck you. You're winning. You're beating me. I'm gonna go after some easy prey. And that's what I mean by being a shark, right? That's what I mean about being a killer, a predator. When lions go and take out the buffalo herd, you think they're going after the big buffalo? No. You're going for the one with the limp that can't keep up with the crowd, right? And then there was 3. And then you go after the other one. And then there was 2. And then, right? And the killers are ignoring you because they understand. You have to admit, you got to take that as a compliment. You have to admit when someone's good, right? That's a thing. Like, you have to just admit when it's like, that person's good. They play well. And let that elevate you to be like, I have to turn on more if I want this to work, right?